Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Invest in Malaysia podcast.
Welcome to the deep dive.
Hi there.
Okay, so today we're digging into some documents and reports on a specific property in Kuala Lumpur, South Brooks.
Right. That's the one inside Desa ParkCity, or DPC as most people know it. 920 units, freehold.
And the interesting angle here, the key thing really, seems to be how it's positioned.
Exactly. It's not trying to be the most luxurious tower in DPC. It's intentionally positioned as the high-density sort of entry point product.
Entry point. Okay. So the idea is trade a bit of that, maybe exclusivity, for a lower price point.
Right.
But you still get the DPC address.
That's the strategy, yeah. Make it more accessible. You get full access to the whole DPC ecosystem, which is, highly desirable.
Right. That DPC brand is powerful. But does framing it as the entry point kind of lower its status? I mean, does that trade-off actually work out for you, the person living there, or maybe you, the investor?
That's the core question we need to explore. Is it worth it?
Okay, let's unpack it. Where does the value actually come from?
Well, fundamentally, it's not just the building. It's the DPC brand itself. You have to remember the backstory.
The quarry, right?
Yeah. The developer took this massive working quarry mine and transformed it. It's now this award-winning township. People call it KL's most livable community. That history, that success, it built a lot of trust.
And that transformation attracted some serious anchor tenants, didn't it? Things that drive consistent demand.
Mm-hmm. Really important ones. You've got the Park City Medical Center, a private hospital, and the International School at Park City, ISP. These aren't trendy cafes. They're non-cyclical demand drivers.
Meaning they bring in a steady stream of people who need housing nearby.
Yeah.
Doctors, hospital staff.
Affluent expat families for the school. It creates this built-in base of high-quality tenants and buyers.
Okay, but here's something I found really fascinating in the notes. The pet thing.
Ah, yes. The pet-friendly policy. This is actually a huge deal.
How so?
DPC is explicitly pet-friendly. They even have a dedicated dog park. In KL's high-rise condo market, especially at the premium end, that's incredibly rare.
So it creates a niche.
A very powerful one. It forms this self-selecting group, a captive demographic of good tenants. People with pets who want that DPC lifestyle, they basically have nowhere else to go at this level. It really secures demand.
Okay, so that's the DPC magic. Now let's talk about living in South Brooks itself. You buy in, you get, what, full DPC citizenship?
Pretty much. You get the secure walkability, strolling around the parks like the Central Park, access to the shops and restaurants at Plaza Arcadia. And the facilities within South Brooks itself are apparently very good, described as resort-like, beyond expectation.
That sounds great. That's the lifestyle promise fulfilled. But there's always a but, right? Especially with high density.
There are trade-offs, definitely. Big ones that impact daily life, what we call livability. Two major friction points stand out from resident feedback.
Okay, what are they?
First, noise. Highway noise.
Yeah.
If your unit faces the NKVE, the new Klang Valley Expressway, well, residents report it's bad.
How bad?
Some reports used words like unbearable. One source kind of vividly described it as like having a freight train running through your living room 24/7.
Oof, okay, so that immediately splits the building.
Effectively, yes. You get a two-tier market right there. Tier 1,
Yeah.
desirable units facing the pool or the quieter parts of the township, higher price, higher rent. Tier 2, facing the highway. Less desirable, likely discounted.
And the second friction point.
Parking. It's a common issue in condos, but here it seems particularly noted. The standard allocation often involves tandem parking bays.
Explain that quickly.
Tandem means you park one car directly behind the other in one long bay. So if the person parked in front needs to leave first.
The person behind has to move their car. Constant car shuffling.
Exactly. A real daily hassle, especially for families with multiple cars, which is a key target market here.
Right. Okay, so you've got potential noise issues, definite parking hassles. But how does this stack up for an investor? Do these things hurt the numbers?
Well, switching gears to the pure investment side. The numbers, so far, look strong. Really strong, actually. South Brooks has shown not just good, but accelerating rental yields.
Accelerating. How much are we talking?
Estimates for 2025 are looking at somewhere between 4.70% and maybe up to 5.96%. That's pretty impressive yield growth.
And that growth is driven by?
That captive demand we talked about. The expats, the pet owners, the people drawn to the school and hospital, they pay the premium despite the potential downsides of some units.
Okay, strong yields. But there's a shadow looming, isn't there? A significant immediate risk.
Yes, this is crucial. The Park City Tower controversy.
Tell us about that.
The developer has plans, seemingly quite advanced, to build a huge commercial tower, 46 stories, and it's planned just 8 meters away from the international school.
8 meters. That's incredibly close.
It is. And if you connect the dots, the construction phase, estimated maybe 2025 to 2029, 4 or 5 years of intense building activity right next to the school.
It directly threatens the very reason many expats are there. The quiet, safe environment for their kids at a top school.
Precisely. It could seriously impact the quality of life around ISP. The noise, the dust, the traffic from construction. This directly threatens that high-yield expat tenant base.
So the risk is they might leave.
Yeah.
Higher vacancies, rents going down during those construction years.
That's the potential fallout, yes. A definite downward pressure risk on that strong yield we just mentioned.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the verdict on South Brooks.
It's a qualified yes. It can be a strong entry point to DPC, both for living and investment. But, and this is a huge but, unit selection is absolutely critical.
Meaning?
You have to go for tier 1, avoid the highway noise at all costs. And you need to be prepared to live with or factor in the tandem parking inconvenience. If you do that and you understand the potential medium-term risk from the tower construction, it can work.
It feels like this Park City Tower issue raises a bigger question, though.
Yeah.
DPC built its entire premium, its brand, on trust, on community, on being livable. This seems like the first major public clash between the developer and the community that, made them successful. How does that conflict potentially impact the DPC brand long term, that premium they command?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How they navigate this could really shape their future relationship with residents and the market's perception.
Definitely something for you, the listener, the mull over.